to that like extent, I feel like this one was very like intensive, like project based, always working together. While other classes like we'll have an assessment, but it'll be like a project, but like maybe like one or two throughout the year. But like this one was like continuously like always segueing to our next project, next assessment. It felt a little bit more fluid than like other collaborative projects that I've had in other classes. Because usually it's like one project, stop, we're taking a test for this unit. So, yeah.
I would say it did feel different. Like we do project work in like other classes, but I feel like that's more like do this by yourself, and then we have this project where you work with a group, and then we have this assessment where you do it by yourself. Versus like I felt like in data science, like I felt like I was constantly working with my group throughout like the whole entire process. So yeah.
And it was just, we did project after project rather than, for this one it was just big project, do it in a long amount of time. So you had that timeline to do it, but it was longer. I don't really know how to explain that. I feel like you understand what I'm saying.
Are you saying it's like it was longer term, so you really worked on it for a long time?
Yeah, we had a longer time period to work on it.
I would say having things like group handouts where students have to work together in their groups in order to fill it out would be helpful, because and I know that in our class during the skin tone representation project that we did, we had a lot of group handouts, and it like forced us to work with each other, and I think that was really helpful for me, especially because I know that in groups I tend to like kind of like go into myself and like just do the thing that I need to work on instead of communicating with my group members. So yeah, I think that would be helpful.
Basically, just don't make the projects really complicated. The whole point of the project is to let your students be very open and express themselves. So if you were to do the Dear Data project, then make it very broad and open. Give them the opportunity to use their imagination to make it the way they want to make it, rather than giving them a pinpointed agenda and telling them to do it this certain way, because it just sucks all the fun out of it, and they aren't going to learn as well as they will if you let them be creative on their own.
I would say that my takeaway was that math doesn't have to be like a super scary experience or like something that only applies to like a classroom setting or like a school thing, because with data science, like you're learning about these things, but like you also can like take the things that you're learning about and like apply them to things outside of the classroom, and like you can see stuff that you learned about in data science and see it like outside of a school setting, which was I think that was a big takeaway.
Usually Grace, I was always partnered with Grace. Grace just made it a lot easier for me to understand things. So when I was in the class, Grace would always tell me, it's fine, it's not that hard, you could do it. And then I'd do it, and I'd be like, oh, actually it was really hard, but it's fine. Like I would make myself think it was harder than it actually was.